Oh, hi there. JSK here. So, why do I love sports betting? Well, there's nothing quite like waking up without any knowledge of the game of cricket, but seeing that it's the only thing on the board, and then 30 minutes later finding myself as an expert on some Indian blog arguing 10 reasons why I'm sure the Melbourne Renegades will take down the Brisbane Heat in the Big Bash League. You gotta love it, baby. So today, my beloved Maple Leafs will open up the season against the Montreal Canadiens, as they've done so many times before in this classic season opening matchup. This begs the age-old bettor's question about how you should go about betting on your authentic hometown favorites. You know, those teams that were actually your favorites before you discovered sports betting. Well, here's my tip for you. Don't deny yourselves of this magical win-win opportunity that sits in front of you in these situations. You have a choice. By the way, not two choices. People will say you have two choices when that doesn't make any sense unless they're letting you know that there are four options. If you tell someone you have a choice, it means they can choose between one of two options, which is what you mean. So stop saying you have two choices. It's one choice, two options, not four. Anyway, you have the option of being an idiot and betting on your home team, thinking you're doing the right thing by showing your allegiance and loyalty. But that's an A1 amateur hour rookie mistake, and you'll be laughed out of town in the sports betting community. The option you need to take is to bet against your home team, always and forever. This, my friends, is thinking with a cup. See, when you do this, you're always guaranteed a win in what I call the emotional hedge. Your team wins, awesome. Who cares about the financial setback? Your team won. You have bragging rights with your buds. Your team loses, and that sting isn't even felt because sports without sports betting is for babies. And you've just made a boatload of money. So the next time you're sitting down to take a matchup involving your authentic home team, go with the emotional hedge play and win. Speaking of hockey, the SportX NHL Opener Tournament is underway and runs through January 18th. SportX is offering total rewards in this one of 1,000 die. That's like $1,000. So click the join button and get involved. You got nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain. Don't be an idiot. And if hockey isn't your thing, no problem. SportX has you covered. The January Cup kicks off this Saturday and runs through the 25th. Bet on whatever you want on the board. Put in a solid performance, and you could find yourself in contention for the 2,500 die in rewards. That's like $2,500. Let's do it! All right, did you catch the Michigan-Wisconsin game last night? This game was a real stinker if you were a Wisconsin fan. At one point, Michigan was on a 41-6 run. That's right, 41-6! So it's only fitting that our Bad Beats Corner feature would come from this game. The Mush of the Night award goes to any poor bastards out there who took the over 63.5 in the first half of this game. We've reenacted the final moments of the half with the total sitting at 63 and Wisconsin with the ball and a lifetime 17 seconds to go to get a shot off and hit the over. Check it out. Okay, here we go, boys. Let's get this. We got a lot of time. Here we go, just one bucket we got. Drive the basket, get fouled. We'll get back in this. Be over. Here we go. Here we go. There it is. Go. Go. Put it up. There you go. Put it up! Put it. Fuck! Loser! So it's days like yesterday that inspired the Bet Against JSK Fund, or the Badge Fund, as we like to call it. You see, yesterday, I was all over Bowling Green to crush the spread against Ball State. We exhausted the analysis of that baby, and there wasn't one reason to be thinking Ball State had a chance. I didn't even watch the game. I was just waiting to check my fattened SportX balance a few hours later. Well, in the end, it turned out that Ball State did have a chance, and my fattened SportX balance had gone on a major diet. You idiot. So the next time you hear me talking down to the sports betting gods with such irreverence, know this: take the other path and go with the Badge Fund. Bet against JSK. So what do we have for you today? We've got something spectacular. a real masterpiece. We're whispering because we don't want the sports betting gods to hear. Let's check it out. So we've got an early game for you today. It's back to college hoops where the 8-3 visiting Furman Paladins take on the undefeated 8-0 host Citadel Bulldogs in the battle for supremacy in the powerhouse Southern Conference. Citadel is actually one of only a handful of teams in the nation that remains undefeated, but a huge massive asterisk here as it is a wacky season given the pandemic, and the Citadel has played a Division III type schedule, taking down schools we're not even sure really exist. But we do love the Citadel here, and really it comes down to these 5 points. Point 1, home court edge. The Citadel has the comfort of playing on its home court, and despite not having fans, this does seem to be a huge advantage when you're the type of team that likes to run up the score, and that's exactly what these guys do with NBA-type PPG stats. That's points per game. At the same time, Furman relies heavily on its outside shot, something that's harder to do when on the road at a less familiar gym. For reference, Furman is averaging 93 points at home versus just 76 on the road. Point 2, ATS performance. While it's true the Citadel has played a dog shit schedule, we can get some confidence from the knowledge that whatever games they have played where there is a line, they have exceeded expectations, beating the point spread every time. And this includes 2 games where they were the underdog, so it's very hard to ignore a team that's 4-0 against the spread. Point 3, common opponent. We do have some reference for how this matchup might go, with the 2 teams sharing one common opponent this season. Both teams have gone up against the respectable in-conference Chattanooga Mocs, with both teams coming out on top. What's interesting here is that Furman was a letdown in their matchup, winning by only 4 points and not covering their 7.5 point spread, while the Citadel not only covered their 5.5 point spread as an underdog, but won outright by 5 points, also putting up a whopping 92 points in that process. Point 4. Liberal arts versus military. Yeah, that's right. I mean, who do you want at your back when things get nasty and push comes to shove? A bunch of artsy-fartsy types or some badass G.I. Joe motherfuckers? Come on, baby! Point 5, lack of respect. As we said, the Citadel is only a handful of teams that are still undefeated in the nation and are off to their best start in over a century. There's got to be an attitude and confidence here that at least has these boys wanting to put it all out there and make this thing respectable. They have a chance to win the conference and get an NCAA bid, and that should make them hungry enough and determined enough to do this. So you gotta think covering a 14.5 point spread is within reach. Maybe they don't pull it off, but a 14.5 point dog on your home floor as an undefeated team, there should be enough pride in that recipe to at least get the win against the spread. So there you have it. We're all over the Citadel at plus 14.5 at home. I suppose that means that you at the Bet Against JSK Fund will probably be licking your chops for the lock I've just given you, and you'll be running to jump all over Furman minus 14.5. But let's see how it plays out. Godspeed and good luck.